All right, welcome back to TV Know-It-Alls Reviews. We're looking at Westworld Season 3, Episode 3. For anyone on YouTube catching up on our reviews, reviews for Episode 1 and 2 did not make it through, unfortunately. But we're starting with Episode 3. This episode focused on Dolores again and Caleb, getting to know each other and recruiting Caleb into her cause. And kind of not briefly, but more so focused on Charlotte Hale and what's going on with her, with the big new theory of the season being who is inside of Charlotte's head, because we don't really know who exactly is it. Well, now there's other things to talk about. Jazz, talk forward. Yeah. Now you're good. Unless there is still a fantasy happening. Just say it now. Can you say the name again? That sounds like a weird geometric term. Now they should be able to hear you guys.
How about
All right, repeat everything you guys said.
shit? From where? Starting where?
Was it ever on?
Mine was on, I think.
What was the
Yeah.
last thing you heard?
Because
Chad?
I've got, you know what? I've got a. Oh yeah, I'm only hearing the actual Google Hangout audio.
I'm hearing our chat, not the Twitch stream.
It's working now, I hear it.
All right, so
It wouldn't be one of our reviews if we didn't screw it up somehow.
Nick, where do you want to go? What do you want to talk about?
Where should we begin?
Let's start with, Carlo, you had valid concerns that the show needs to get back to Westworld. What do you think it's lacking being out of the park?
Because that's. I asked you why, because that's like kind of a huge statement. Because this is like my favorite shit that they're doing so far.
No, don't get me wrong. Like what they're doing right now, it's interesting to what they're doing. It's interesting to see that all-encompassing sphere that knows everything that's going on,
Rhombozoid.
whatever it's called. But at the same time, what's really lacking is the title of the episode, Westworld, the park, what's going around there. Now it's my biggest fear really is the more we go into this aspect of the real, into Aaron Paul's story with Dolores, and what goes on outside of Westworld, my biggest fear is that it's just going to become another drama show that is all over TV.
Viva la revolución!
Another drama show set in the futures with robots replacing real people.
Kind of.
Dude, I think this has like so much depth. Like especially this last episode when she was basically telling Aaron Aaron Paul, Caleb Nichols, that his life is meaningless because it is already part of like this scripted scripted world.
It's like the real world is the real Westworld.
It's like that's how I feel right now when I go on my Instagram app and like it's guiding me to like what I should look at.
I guess I might be jumping the gun a little bit. I admit I might be jumping the gun, but that's one of my concerns is the fact that we watch Westworld because they introduced us to this entire fantasy world and the intricacies and the drama that happened within this fantasy world, and now we're going back into reality.
Yeah.
That my biggest fear is again, it's granted sure there's no really other show like it, but theming wise, iRobot.
So there's two things that they're bringing up. They're eternal life, where the rich can obviously have that because they're rich, and the poor will remain poor. And
Again, that can be said about so many other shows.
Hey, paracetamol.
oh, hello.
Well, that's my thoughts. What do you guys think?
I have more faith in the show than you do at this point, but it's still early enough in the season. I did want to ask, we're on episode 3. We keep seeing
We're almost halfway there.
white screen with the black circle, and then it cuts, and then it shows like, what is it, incident or elevated instance, whatever. Any theories on what that is? Or is that the inside of the AT&T globe thing?
That's Rhombozoid. That's Rhombozoid, like, trying to figure out the next script, I think. And that's why there's, like, anomaly or, like, whatever, because it doesn't know how to handle, like, Dolores and her kind in the real world.
It's such a weird story element. I just don't understand why they're showing it or what the reveal is going to be. Westworld's also been known for screwing around with timelines. Any theories on whether they're doing that already?
I think it's what Jazz thinks it is, and it's the Rehoibus thing, trying to calculate fate. Because I think fate is now an aspect in the story because so much of it they're saying is a story about in the world it's like it's a scripted thing and everyone has their set paths and everything, but if it's mentioning an inciting incident, that this thing is now we've got a new branch of events that are about to occur because it wasn't accounting for something happening.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So now it's like having to reconfigure because like what's her name? Dolores showed Jesse Pinkman that he was going to kill himself on the bridge in 10 to 12 years. But now that she did that, now that's not going to occur.
And I found it really exciting
Maybe.
when they had that discussion where she's like you made a choice and I don't know why you made that choice and you surprised me, and then he was just like, you're like the most real thing. And it's ironic because she's fake.
Well, the reason I brought up the timeline thing is it's like the episode starts with this white screen and it says like, elevated instance or anomaly, whatever, and then we have an episode. It's almost like somebody's being shown a presentation of these are all the times that Dolores or somebody from Westworld screwed with the plan. So it's
Yeah.
like, are we going to get to a point where we see that like other characters are looking at something and they're like, here's where she did this, here's where she did this, but we're actually like 20 years in the future and dealing with the results of all that or something like that.
Interesting. Yeah.
Because another timeline that we didn't really think about is it Ed Harris, Men in Black? Like he's on a different timeline because essentially in the last season he's dead, right? So when he gets introduced, we have to figure out when that is. Right?
Well, we know.
And then they brought up the balls again, and we found out one of them was Arnold or Bernard. I'm sorry, Bernard. But we've already seen Bernard.
We already knew one of them was Bernard.
So, but they are. But is this a timeline thing, or is the show jumping again? Is what I'm saying.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Because they had that red ball, and they were like, "This is Bernard," but I was like, "Wait, we just saw him."
Well, I know they were doing flashbacks. They were definitely doing flashbacks when Dolores brought back Charlotte. They were definitely doing flashbacks.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't notice the aspect ratio or any of the color schemes on the show change. I'm gonna have to rewatch it, but
that's only when they go into the Matrix. That's not a flashback thing.
Okay, well, in terms of this, they definitely were doing flashbacks when they were highlighting of like Charlotte trying to figure out who the fuck she was. So on that end, they weren't being coy about the flashbacks. It was like, this is a flashback. This is what we were doing when I brought you back. And they had. So again, they brought Charlotte or whoever Charlotte is. Maybe it's Teddy. Like, who do you think Charlotte is? Before you answer that, though, they showed us the red ball, which was Bernard, and what was it, two or three other balls, who we have yet to know who they are.
Well, what characters have we seen in the past on the show that have described themselves as predators? Because I feel like they were very telling when she was talking about herself that way.
Yeah, I know. That was
definitely not Teddy.
But Teddy did kill people.
Yeah, Teddy ended up being a fucking monster at the end of it. He was a kill machine.
Well, she made him that way because she upped all his like killing things so that he can be her number one. What about her dad?
Well, that's one of the balls.
Yeah.
But it's not Charlotte.
How could it not be?
Well, I personally don't think they're gonna activate the dad because the dad has so much data on all the hosts.
She also trusts him, and he's also been.
That's right. I forgot the dad had the backup of all the data inside of him.
But he's also been glitchy.
He's been glitchy, but at the same time, like.
And Charlotte's been glitchy.
But Charlotte could have been glitchy about multiple other things. The question is Dolores gonna put Charlotte, who has all the data, in the heart of everything? No, you're gonna keep it away from Delos. Speaking of which, Delos is it me or is Delos located in San Francisco? That's kind of cool. But regardless,
oh, it's definitely they were on Fremont Street, and it's the Golden Gate Bridge.
Yeah,
that's actually one of my notes.
But yeah, like with all that being said, we know the dad is there. I don't think we've seen the dad yet, if the dad's even activated. But the question still remains, who is Charlotte? And what's the deal with the real Charlotte coming back? Because we know the real Charlotte is dead.
Was it just a metaphor, or was she literally saying that the real Charlotte's like awakening inside of her?
I think it was just a metaphor. Like I think whoever it is actually inside of her is the one that's like. I think the clues that we're not getting are the markings that she was marking on herself.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm trying to think of like where we might have seen those, or like I was trying to, but I couldn't think of anything.
That and like also the sunshine. Yeah, I don't know. That's a tough one. Where's the Indian guy? Sorry, Native American.
He made it through the gate, didn't he?
Yeah, they're all in the like cyber abyss.
Oh. Fuck, this is gonna... I don't know. Well, I did really like that scene though when Host Charlotte killed the Predator. That was a really cool one.
I was a little confused. I was like, "Who is this?" Oh, that she's like, "I saw you touching my boy's hand," and I was like, "Oh
Yeah,
shit!
I can totally tell.
Oh shit!"
It's like, yes, deserve it. And she gets the dog.
I just don't understand how everyone has these like devices available to them that like kill security cameras.
I mean, that kind of ties in with what Aaron Paul had in the top of their mouth. They kind of explained it. So we had that question last week about what everyone was putting in their mouth.
Yeah.
That little missile.
Oh yeah, that thing too. Nick, I think your audio might have cut out, man.
Mine?
Oh, there you are. Okay.
I just wasn't talking.
So they kind of mentioned again this week and showed Aaron Paul's contraption in his mouth.
Yeah.
So what is that? Is it?
It was military grade.
Well, his was military grade, but apparently civilians have it. But the question still is, what is it?
I think it probably links you. It links you up to send out like your vitals to something, so they can monitor you.
I think it's more of a electronic drug, if anything. Lucas, Nick, what do you guys think?
Oh, Robot Bro dying. Yeah, that dude was a ride or die for Caleb. That was awesome.
Yeah, I agree with paracetamol.
I thought like the robot guy dying happened really quickly. I thought more was going to come from that.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Maybe they shot more, but they were like, we have to get to Dolores quicker.
I mean, if that's the case, why did it even break? Well, I guess for emotional reasons.
Yeah, they have to get through. They have to get through that story. There's a lot happening. There's a lot happening in this episode, or like as far as plot moving forward. I don't know, but
Dolores is like one of my favorite characters now. I really like that scene with her and Caleb Nichols. She's gonna stick it to the man.
But going back to guessing what was on the roof of Caleb's mouth, like, were those dudes able to control his heartbeat?
Yes.
So it's some kind of like biometric thing.
Yeah.
But why would people? Because they mentioned it would go for a lot of money on the black market. So why would anyone want that? There has to be an advantage of having it. You know what I mean? For it to like have value in an aftermarket of any kind.
Because it's like in a high stress situation, you can maintain a low heart rate. You can stay calm.
Oh, so that being like, so you think it's just a heart rate thing, like a pure health, like a vital stabilization device.
I think it's all in.
Yeah.
I don't think it's just that. I think it's also like it somehow links like what paracetamol said, like to your central nervous system. It could probably like link to like your thoughts while you're sleeping. And I think all of that data like also ends up going to Rhombozoid. I think it's
any and all data is going to Rhombozoid.
Yeah, I think that's a way for it to track everyone and to kind of like have a handle on like the population. That's probably something that you get when you're born with.
What else do you think it can control if it can control heart rate? Doesn't that control blood flow as well?
Are you about to talk about boners?
In a roundabout way. That could be its black market value.
It's really expensive. Or what's it called? Viagra. Oh, man.
What else happened here?
I only thought of that because Mary Poopin said you can turn up and down anything.
Do you guys think we're gonna see Teddy back? Do you think she saved Teddy?
He made it through the gate. That'd be kind of fucked up if she pulled him back into everything.
So he made it through so we're not gonna see Teddy back. So it's definitely not Teddy.
Well, it could still be access because isn't Maeve also? Well, Maeve either has two missions. She can either try and find the Valley Beyond, or she's gonna help Serac stop the war. And then now we know that Charlotte was working for Serac this whole time.
Why would Maeve help Serac?
Well, does she really have a choice?
But she doesn't know that Rhombozoid is a choice taker.
Let's all try to say the word. Rehoboam.
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 Roomba.
Rehoboam.
Roomba.
Roomba. Roomba. See, why would they make it so close to Roomba though? That it has to be on purpose.
We already went over this.
Rehoboam is a biblical term.
Yeah, that thing.
But also sounds like Roomba.
The name Roomba sucks.
There's a lot of names in the Bible that they could have picked from.
Oh yeah, paracetamol is right. So Serac promised Maeve that he can get her to her daughter if Maeve helps him get.
So he can help Maeve get to the valley.
Yes, and I think that's kind of what Maeve wants. But I think Maeve might end up helping Dolores, and they could overtake Rehoboam at the end of the season because both of them want free will. Like that's kind of what they want.
Well, that's the thing. It's like they're at the end of the day going for similar things. I don't know why they would be fighting with each other.
But they don't know it yet because Maeve still perceives Dolores as the bad guy for now. I really want to know who Charlotte is.
Remember when Hale is tucking her kid in, and the kid's like, "Mom, will you show me real elephants?" And she's like, "They don't exist anymore." What is HBO's fucking problem with not showing elephants?
I had a feeling you were going to bring this up because I feel like this conversation has been talked about before.
Yeah.
I mean, if Westworld's going to keep bringing it up, I'm going to keep bringing it up. The more elephants keep getting mentioned on HBO's platform, and I haven't seen a single fucking elephant,
They didn't
I'm
have
going to keep complaining about it.
in India World?
So what you're basically saying is you'll never forget about the elephants.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Didn't they have elephants in Game of Thrones?
Nope.
No, not one?
Not one.
Oh, they had elephants in India World.
You remember how many people Daenerys showed up with at that wall? Like 9.
Could the little boy tell that it wasn't his mom?
Of course.
Oh yes, or at least had an inkling.
The little boy was like, I miss my old mommy back.
Like, you're not doing it right.
Hey, what her ex...
There's animal. I don't need real elephants. I want some CGI elephants.
Are you still on the elephants?
No, paracetamol was brought up. She's like, it's animal abuse. I don't want any more animal actors, except dogs. Dogs are okay as animal actors, but any other animal actors can't be used anymore.
What about cats?
Cats can't act. They're inferior species. Sorry, Beans and
You're
Wolf Cat. I'm blurry? Why am I blurry?
You both went very blurry for a second.
Yeah.
You guys went blurry for a second too.
These ones in chat.
Paracetamol wants to fight you now.
Yeah. It's alright. Social distancing, she can't.
What else happened in the episode that was worth mentioning?
What'd you think of the flying ship that Charlotte was using? It looked like a giant drone.
That was in last episode too, right?
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, I just thought those were really cool looking.
Oh yeah, those are awesome. I don't know why, but this episode in particular, the music really stood out. Like Marine Jawadi is like still on fire when it comes to music.
Yeah, that's true. That was a good one.
It was basically playing like the awesome slow version of the main theme during
Mhm.
the whole Caleb dock scene.
Mm-hmm. I mean, which kind of I think what they're basically insinuating is, I'm getting. By the way, does somebody have the chat being blared inside their computer speakers?
I hear the same thing, but I'm all headphones, so it's not me.
Yeah, it's them for sure because they're not wearing headphones
But
like
then
responsible podcasters. These what was I talking about?
I don't know. Carlos Echo ruined everything. And by
um,
Carlos Echo, I mean Jazz.
Yeah, and we saw it in episode 1 too. The helicopter drone thing. We were talking about the music being really good.
The music being in that scene with Caleb on the dock was basically
Oh yeah,
insinuating.
that Westworld was basically going to lead into the that simulation theory. So basically, Westworld is kind of like a test run for the simulation.
oh wait, simulation for what? Like the Matrix?
Like the simulation theory. Like when you talk about like our existence right now is just some supercomputer running some simulation.
But it feels like Rehoboam was around before Westworld.
We're in the Matrix.
Because if
Right,
Aaron
I mean,
Paul's
both
character is
of
like
those things
35 and he was 12 and it collected all that information.
Mhm. But it wasn't actually like implementing AI into host clone things, and Westworld was. So it's like those two techs and ideas together would create some like absolutely fake existence.
Is there a chance that like the Rehoboam's going to take over a lot of the other robots, and that's what the hosts are going to end up having to fight? Like the riot droid, the giant riot droids, and the construction droids.
If I think if the humans become privy to this is what's happening, then yeah, they're gonna it's gonna be a completely robot war.
I'll see how that ends.
Good
That-
comment, Chaz.
What?
Good comment.
Well, that would be really boring if that's the case.
What, robot on robot?
Wait, so who's siding with the humans? Is it robot and the humans fighting
You
against
watched that war in Ready Player One. What else did we watch it in?
the Matrix? I don't know.
Echo.
Are we just calling Jazz Echo now?
Is there anything else that we can discuss on this episode that I liked so much?
Oh, it's totally Jazz and Carlo.
What?
You guys have a giant echo.
It's because they're playing our audio out of their computer speakers.
Is that better?
Yes.
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay, let's start wrapping it up with. Anybody have any ideas for where we're going with all this? What do you think we're doing next episode? I'm guessing next episode is either going to be Bernard and Stubbs, or maybe we'll get the Man in Black. I don't know. If anybody saw the preview, don't ruin it. But I'm guessing Carlos saw the preview. He's already given the Carlos smirk.
Okay, so you watched preview,
Yeah.
so we'll go say the preview. What'd you
Oh, all we saw was like it goes to the Men in Black, and it's him questioning his
say? Existence.
Yeah.
But it really didn't get any deeper than that.
Did we know definitively last season that the Man in Black was dead?
No, he survived. He was alive.
Well, no, we know that the robot one was still alive.
I thought he's dead.
But the original one, are we sure that he's dead?
Good question.
Oh shit! I thought he was. I don't know anymore.
I'll have to watch like a recap.
Yeah, we have to look into that. Jazz, you haven't done any research on the internet? What have you been doing with your days?
Working out, bro. and actually working.
Oh yeah, you actually have to go into work. I'm sorry.
Not me.
All right. On that sad note, Lucas, you got anything left?
I don't think so. I think that is the Man in Black inside Charlotte.
You think it's the Man in Black?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Jazz Echo. That was a long time ago.
Like, that was my theory in episode 1. I thought that would be the coolest scenario.
But I think what's his name? The actual actor wants back in, so I don't think.
Ed Harris?
Yeah, I think Ed Harris would want back in, so I don't think he's gonna finish out the season as Tessa Thompson.
Tessa Thompson's leaving after this season?
This is how rumors get started.
Isn't this the last season? I thought this was the last season.
The last season of Westworld?
Yeah.
Is it really?
I think
Oh.
he just set up.
I did. I guess I did just make that up. I totally thought. I was like, because I just don't see where they can keep going unless they're going to drag out this robot war for forever.
Is that Neptune's Net?
Yes.
The restaurant off
Yes.
of Malibu?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I've been there after a nice hike.
Mm-hmm.
It's
All
good.
right.
Sorry.
Paracetamol wants more Robot Wars.
I do too.
'Cause it works so well in The
that's what I want.
Matrix.
I want a straight ahead season. I want stuff that kind of feels like some kind of like American Spy story, but with robots and more smarter robots. That's all I want.
I mean,
And I'm done with I'm done with my philosophy lesson. I don't care.
But that's what the show is about. It's all
I
philosophy.
don't care about the concept of consciousness anymore. I don't want it. I don't want
You
it.
don't want it anymore? Really?
Give me action. It's like they're just pounding me in the face with it, and I'm like, I'm done. I'm out.
What else are you gonna do?
Give me robots shooting guns. That's all I want.
You're at home. Don't you want to ponder your existence?
No, absolutely not. It's too
You're
real.
quarantined.
The world is too real right now. Okay, it's too real. Did you guys
All
see
right.
Kid Cudi in this episode? Kid Cudi was in this episode.
Who?
No, Kid Cudi. No one knows Kid Cudi. Okay.
Oh, kids. Oh, yeah. Day and night.
Wow.
What?
Lucas, apparently you're a dumb American and audience member.
Yes. Exactly. That's what I am right now. That's all I want to be. That's all I ever strive to be.
Sorry. Only action. And big titties. Just kidding. He wants Michael Bay action.
you need those flares, the lens flares.
Exactly. See, Paracetamol agrees with me. It's like, I get it. They want to be human. Move on.
Iron titty.
Wow. Anon's only comment on this chat. I suppose it's fitting, Anon.
Are Dolores and Hale gonna be lesbos?
It depends.
Are they alluding to?
If Charlotte Hale is her dad's pearl or her dad's ball, that's kind of
Great.
incestuous.
If it's the man in black, it makes sense.
I want all of America to get really confused boners when Hale and Dolores finally robot scissor.
Wait a minute. What did you say, Nick? Did you just say that it could be the Men in Black's pearl?
Yeah, if it's his pearl, then it makes sense because he knows her. He's known her the longest.
Oh my god! That's actually a really good guess. I didn't even think about that.
Didn't we talk about that like 5 minutes ago?
I wasn't listening to you.
Oh, good.
Apparently. You kind of cut out. That's a really good guess. I'm really upset that I didn't think of that.
All right.
Hmm.
All right. I think it's time to call it. I think we're running low on new topics and things to say. Any last minute theories, comments, anything anybody
I
wants?
still think they shot themselves in the foot. They could have experimented so much with the other worlds that they had. But now it's like with them going to the real world and exploring the real world, they're going back into any area is a disappointment.
By the way, if there is a fourth season, guaranteed the fourth season will be we have to go back. And then we'll go back to Westworld and it'll all take place there.
The fourth season would be like post-apocalyptic.
No,
Hoblum.
not Shogun World. I wanted more of the Nazi world.
Wow, racist Shogun World. Saying Carlo would want that.
It wasn't Shogun World?
It was Shogun World.
Oh.
I wanted to see more of like the war.
Yeah, back to the island.
Yeah, I like season 3. I like this last episode. Hopefully it gets better. Usually, Westworld, like the first couple episodes are like super slow, and then it gets awesome. So we're almost there, guys. We're almost there. Almost halfway there.
Lucas Chad is very interested in your thoughts on the Chargers logo.
I don't care. Did they? Do you think Jonathan Nolan is going to solidify himself as HBO's Pony Boy?
Do I think who?
Jonathan Nolan.
Why? What else does he have?
I don't know, but this is playing out to be one of their better shows. I think. I don't know. I guess it's not getting the wild popularity their other content, HBO's other content is getting.
I mean, reasonably speaking, it all depends on how he finishes.
Yeah, he's got to stick this landing. I think. I mean, I don't know. For some reason I thought. Let me look this up. I'm literally sitting at a machine that'll tell me this if season 3 is the last season. Is season 3 the last season of Westworld?
Age of Trees, you missed that whole discussion. Our best theory right now is that the man in black is Charlotte Hale right now. But that's just a theory.
Lucas, why does it look like you have like pot growing in the background of your room?
That's poppy seeds for my heroin garden.
Oh, that escalated quickly.
Oh, I guess not. Wow. Well, then I'll take it. See, I'm just because this episode was really good, in like it.
Lucas, you still there?
Oh no, Lucas is frozen.
I think we lost Lucas.
He rage froze.
Is it gonna come back? Are you trying to get him back?
Did he completely die? Yeah, he's completely frozen on Google Chat. If we jumped in,
Amazing.
if we jump,
he found out that it's not the last season.
oh, he's gone. But he'll probably try to come back. And now you guys are gone. Why did your video cut out?
Huh?
I don't know.
No. Oh.
Oh wow.
See, it's probably a good time to just end the stream. Everybody's dying on us.
All right. Well.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, Lucas.
I don't know what the fuck happened.
I'm talking about poppy plants, bro.
Yeah.
Somebody's shutting us down.
That's what Equality for Souls said.
All right. Well.
I'm gonna call it. We're dying here.
We'll round it out.
For anybody interested in more content from this group, we just started the Ready Player Drunk YouTube channel. If you want to watch old episodes, and Joel and I will be releasing a new episode in the coming weeks. Other than that, we'll be back here next Monday at 8 for the 4th episode of Westworld. We'll see you then. Have a good night.
Goodbye.
Bye.
That's fine.